Today's topic: Cure Depression with the 30-Day Volunteer Challenge. A lot of my Skype coaching clients book Skype coaching sessions with me because they want to manifest certain things, because they want to learn how to use the law of attraction, because they want to raise their vibration. A lot of them have had traumatic experiences in the past that are now holding them back from manifesting their dreams. And I truly believe that I attract these people because I myself have experienced a lot of trauma. I've acted from a place of trauma for almost all my life, and I've healed my trauma. I've overcome my trauma. And now the law of attraction gives me the opportunity to help people who've been through trauma and to help them to heal their trauma in the same way as I healed my trauma. And as a result of this trauma that the amazing deliberate creators who work with me, not all of them, but some of them, have experienced, they often also suffer with negative thoughts, negative emotions, and also with depression. And today I want to provide you with a very alternative but highly effective way how you can cure your depression. And no, I don't say that taking medication for depression is bad. I also don't say that there are not other ways how you can cure your depression. Today, I just want to invite you that if you are in a low vibration, if you feel depressed, if you feel hopeless, that you give this challenge a shot. And I know that your ego don't want you to take this step because it's a very big step for a lot of people. It might be a very scary step, but nevertheless, I invite you to take this step. I invite you to say yes to the 30-Day Volunteer Challenge. And in order to explain why I believe that volunteering can have such a huge effect when it comes to healing your depression, and when it comes to raising your vibration, and when it comes to letting go of negative thoughts, and when it comes to seeing the world as a wonderful place, I want to share a quick story with you. In my early 20s, I decided to backpack all over Southeast Asia. And back then, I had never been to Southeast Asia. And as somebody who grew up in Germany, in a normal middle-class family, I had never been to a country where you can see poverty so clearly and so obviously, like in the Philippines. And even though back then I was not spiritual at all, and I was still acting from a place of trauma, and I was still doing things that were very self-destructive and very unhealthy, this holiday, if you want to call it like this, or this life experience, gave me the first glimpse of how much empathy was buried underneath my trauma. And I still remember this one scene so vividly. I was arriving at the hotel in Manila in the Philippines. And it wasn't a luxury hotel, it wasn't a really nice hotel, but it had everything you need. It was enough for a broke college student, or let's say broke, I mean it's always relative. When you are in a Western country, you're never really broke when you think about it. But let's say for a college student who didn't have that much money. And I arrived at the hotel, I went inside, and then I thought, okay, let's just explore the area. And I had booked a hotel room right in the tourist spot of Manila. Of course, I had no idea where else I should book something. I was completely naive when I went to the Philippines, and I booked a hotel right at this spot. And then I went outside and I saw children begging on the street. And in the same street, I saw a big casino. And all these tourists going into a casino. All these tourists were walking in a casino. Okay, not all of them, but some of them. Let's say it like this. I don't want to make it more dramatic as it was. And that's when it hit me. And I got really emotional. Actually, in my hotel room later, I started crying. I thought to myself, how can these people walk into a casino and waste their money on slot machines when these children are starving out there? And that was also a time, and don't worry, I get to the point what it has to do with your depression. That was also a time when I was very depressed in general. And I did this trip, this holiday, this life experience, because I was looking for answers. I was looking for meaning in my life. And I was looking for meaning, and I thought, hey, if I travel the world, maybe I will find something meaningful, because I felt empty inside. I had just, if I remember it correctly, I had just finished my studies. I didn't know what to do. I was completely clueless, and I thought, okay, why not give it a shot? Why not travel? And I then decided to give one of these street children, or I think I even gave 2 or 3 something, just something to eat, a little burger from Jollibee, just for $1. And in this moment, my depression, my negative thoughts, my negative emotions were wiped out, were gone. And I felt amazing for the next couple of minutes, even for the next day. And I thought to myself, wait a minute. I now feel more amazing that I gave this child a burger for $1 than I felt the last time I bought a new laptop for $500. What's going on here? And I truly believe that nowadays, a lot of people are depressed because they don't have meaning in their life. And like I already told you in another episode that I published about finding meaning in life, you have to create meaning in life. And meaning in life doesn't come from flexing on social media. It doesn't come from looking at other people flexing on social media. In my personal experience, but hey, I could be completely wrong, but for me it works, and also for a lot of my coaching clients. In my personal experience, helping others gives your life meaning and makes you feel good. And that's why if you are at a low vibration right now, if you don't feel good, I mean, yes, of course, you can decide to invest in my 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program, because one of the bonuses that you get for free is the Vibration Rocket Meditation, which is a meditation that is specifically designed for you to raise your vibration. And the second free bonus that you get from the 5 free bonuses is the Vibrational Reality Shift program, which also helps you to raise your vibration. You can do these things and use these resources. But what you can also do is to volunteer. And if you're at a point in your life right now where you have no meaning, where you feel hopeless, where you feel depressed, where you don't want to get out of bed, I challenge you. I challenge you to volunteer for the next 30 days every day. And I almost guarantee you, no, not almost, in fact, I guarantee you that you will feel better and you will experience a significant change in your emotional state and when it comes to your depression. I've shared this with some of my coaching clients who've been severely depressed, and for them the results were incredible. And to go back to the story very quickly that I shared with you, this then motivated me in my early 20s for the very first time to volunteer. My very first volunteering experience was in the slums in Manila. And this changed my life forever. Because I saw people who were so poor, and I never thought that anyone could be that poor. And they were still smiling at me. And then I thought to myself, why am I, somebody who has everything, who has running water, who has food, who can actually book a hotel room and fly to a different country, why am I depressed? And by looking into these smiles, by helping these people, I helped myself. And that's why I always say, volunteering and helping others is one of the most selfish, selflessness things you can do. It's selfish in a good way because it helps you to raise your vibration, it helps you to feel better, and it's selfless because it helps others. It's the perfect win-win. And that's why I invite you to take this challenge. No matter if you decide to volunteer with children from poor family backgrounds, if you decide to volunteer in a nursing home, if you decide to volunteer as a teacher, if you decide, for example, to volunteer by mentoring a child in school or university, or if you volunteer by providing people in need with food, just like I did it a couple of years ago in the Philippines. Volunteering can give you so much. It can raise your vibration so much. And yes, you are listening to the Affirmation to Manifestation podcast. Most of the time, I'm talking about the law of attraction and manifestation. And even when you see it from a manifestation point of view, once your vibration is sky high, once you have more empathy, and once you help others and you find meaning in your life, don't you think it will be easier for you to raise your vibration as a result to then manifest your dreams? And volunteering, for example, doesn't always have to be at a charity. You can also do it yourself. You could, for example, just as an idea, look into the city center of your city and look at the area where most homeless people hang out, where they sit, where they sleep, and just bring them food. Don't you think that will change their lives in some way? Especially, and that's the most important part of it, if you look into their eyes with a smile and you recognize them as a human being. Most people who give something to the homeless, they walk past them without ever looking at them in the way of, oh God, yeah, you're not really a human being, but here, take my dollar. But if you do it differently, if you look them into the eyes, and if you smile and give them something, This makes them feel recognized as a human being. And that's actually worth more than the $1 or the $2 that you give them. And you can also, for example, listen to the story of a homeless person. And sometimes it might surprise you that this person had a job just like you, but then some sickness or a divorce came along and boom, everything changed. And if somebody like Keanu Reeves does this, then you can do it too. And I hope I don't say something wrong right now, but there's a specific picture that I have in mind right now where Keanu Reeves a couple of years ago, I think it was when he was just starting his career, or I don't know, like a couple of years ago, where there was a picture of him sitting next to a homeless person. He was just listening to him. If a Hollywood star with millions in the bank can do it, then we can do it too. So if you feel depressed, if you have negative thoughts, if you have negative emotions that are holding you back from manifesting your dreams, then I invite you to take the 30-day volunteer challenge. And if you want, you can also send an email to sebastian@affirmationtomanifestation.com to give me a weekly update about your volunteer challenge. Maybe this motivates and inspires you to do it. I know that taking this first step is uncomfortable. I know that you have 10,000 excuses in your mind, but I guarantee you, if you take this challenge, it will change your life. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please send out some love to the YouTube universe by giving this video a big thumbs up. And I would also appreciate it if you would leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you.